But every year we do this 10 surprises. And in that, I said that, you know, contrary to popular belief, Bitcoin would have a breakout year post-halving and into this Thanksgiving period. We would likely see six digits. I think we'll be well into six digits. You know, is it 110, 120, 130? I don't really know. And I think this Thanksgiving will be the best Thanksgiving ever. The fair value is going to be somewhere in the 80,000s, but we'll go right through fair value during this whole Thanksgiving. You tell two friends and they tell two friends and so on and so forth, like the Brett commercial. And I think between kind of Thanksgiving and December, we're likely to see, and it might even run into the first part of the new year, we're likely to see the same type of parabolic move that we saw in each of the previous cycles.
The holiday season is here again, and experts are certain this will be a memorable one for the cryptocurrency and digital asset space. According to Mark Yusko, the founder, CIO, and managing director of Morgan Creek Capital Management, the crypto Thanksgiving effect is going into full drive this Thanksgiving, possibly making this the best Thanksgiving for the cryptocurrency industry since the creation of Bitcoin. Earlier this year, while speaking at an interview, Yusko shared his optimistic forecast for Bitcoin, predicting a substantial rally for the cryptocurrency before the end of the year. He predicted that Bitcoin could reach or even surpass $100,000 per coin by the end of 2024, exceeding its previous all-time high. "I think we hit six figures," Yusko said in his interview with Thinking Crypto. "I do these 10 surprises every year, and one of mine was that we hit six figures. We definitely take out the all-time high. That could happen in days." In a more recent interview with the Paul Barron Network, Yusko doubles down on his 6 digits prediction for Bitcoin, highlighting the importance of the holiday season, especially when Bitcoin is already in a bull market and currently near its all-time high of $73,750. Yusko is optimistic that the rally is only just starting, and the leading cryptocurrency will soon take out $80,000, then $100,000 as we head into 2025. As we bring you clips from Yusko's discussion with Barron, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to the channel's growth. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
But every year we do this 10 surprises. And in that, I said that, you know, contrary to popular belief, Bitcoin would have a breakout year post-halving and into this Thanksgiving period. We would likely see six digits. I think we'll be well into six digits. You know, is it 110, 120, 130? I don't really know. And why? What was the basis for that? Well, we had a halving event, right, which is where the block rewards get cut in half, and that happens every 4 years. Now, what's interesting about that, it's one of the most ingenious things in the code, and there's a lot of ingenious things in the hard code of Bitcoin, but it's really ingenious that every 4 years you motivate an event that causes price to rise. Well, as soon as the price starts to rise, what do human beings do? We chase momentum. So the momentum followers come in, and that pushes price further, and then we get what I call the Thanksgiving effect. And I think this Thanksgiving will be the best Thanksgiving ever, because what's going to happen, I believe, this Thanksgiving is the network value today is somewhere in call it the high 50,000s. Well, that was the halving event occurs, so the network value should double. Normally, we double from the low 50s to well over 100. I think this time we go from the 50s to that 80 number that people are talking about it. But that's the fair value. The fair value is going to be somewhere in the 80,000s. But we'll go right through fair value during this whole Thanksgiving. You tell two friends and they tell two friends and so on and so forth, like the Brett commercial. And I think between kind of Thanksgiving and December, we're likely to see, and it might even run into the first part of the new year, we're likely to see the same type of parabolic move that we saw in each of the previous cycles. And to answer your question, if Trump wins, and we'll see what happens, but it looks good. He's basically said, look, I'm going to be pro crypto. I don't think he may actually be pro crypto. I think his kids are, but I think he's smart enough to see, there's 260 million people that own this thing around the world. If I make them happy, they'll vote for me. That works. Not all of them in the US, but I think he figured that out. So he's talked about things like a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That would be hugely beneficial for price. Harris, on the other hand, why she didn't just jump on the bandwagon? I don't know. I mean, ideologically, she didn't want to piss off the Elizabeth Warren crowd. I don't know. Huge mistake in my mind. I think she lost.
It is an odd situation, that's for sure.
Bunch of voters. Being a political candidate and saying, I don't like Bitcoin, alienates a large voting bloc that likely is going to swing the election. If Harris were to win, I do believe we'd have a sell-off in BTC short term. A Harris win would be wildly better for Bitcoin long term, but horrible for the rest of us, because the idea that you can print money out of thin air forever and the value will increase is so illogical. And but she's convinced them that it does work. And yet here we are, like you said, gold at all-time high prices, real estate and stocks, quote unquote, at all-time highs. Oh, but here's the weird thing. Stocks are only at highs if we value them in toilet paper, in dollars. If we value stocks in gold, they're the same price today, Paul, as 1996.
One important event Yusko is looking forward to after the elections is the removal of SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Gensler is widely disliked in the cryptocurrency industry for his strong anti-crypto policies. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong recently voiced his frustration on X over the SEC's intensified enforcement actions under current SEC Chair Gary Gensler. His comments come just days before the U.S. elections on November 5th, the results of which could potentially influence the future of crypto regulation. Armstrong wrote, "The next SEC chair should withdraw all frivolous cases and issue an apology to the American people. It would not undo the damage done to the country, but it would start the process of restoring trust in the SEC as an institution." Armstrong has consistently argued that regulatory ambiguity and a lack of clear guidelines have stifled innovation within the crypto industry. He shared an image illustrating the SEC's conflicting statements on digital assets like Bitcoin. In 2018, the SEC declared that digital assets were not securities, only to later shift its stance in 2021 by suggesting they represent an investment. This inconsistency also applies to the SEC's role in regulating crypto exchanges. In 2021, the SEC claimed there was no framework for overseeing crypto markets, yet in 2022, it asserted that Congress had provided broad regulatory authority over these exchanges. As a result, many crypto companies have been left uncertain about compliance requirements amidst shifting regulatory guidance. Armstrong and others are hopeful that a Trump presidency will be more favorable for crypto, as it would immediately silence anti-crypto people like Gensler and Elizabeth Warren. Let's get back to Yusko's interview as he shares his views on top altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, and others.
You got Bitcoin at the top, Ethereum's the crown prince. But here's the problem. Some of those other princes, and you mentioned them, Sui, Solana, etc., Avalanche, are nipping at the heels of the crown prince. And the challenge is, someone asked me this question. I said, that's a really good question. I can't answer. They said, if Ethereum didn't exist and it was invented today, would anyone use it? It's slower, more costly, does kind of the same stuff. Probably not. Okay. So why do people use it? Well, because it's got a great installed base. And, Paul Romer won the Nobel Prize. He said, it's not the best technology that wins. It's the technology that gets critical mass first. So is Ethereum good enough, or can they make enhancements? Because anything about open source, if someone's better than you, you can just copy paste and fix it.
Right.
But they've been slow to do that. And I guess there is we had the merge, now we got the surge coming. So that's something. But at the end of the day, Solana has proven that despite all their problems, right? And we made a lot of money in Solana, right? Thank you, Kyle and Tushar. But I never really believed in it because it kept failing and transaction would vaporize. But they fixed some problems and they got better and they got more adoption. Now, are meme coins enough? Probably not. But they've done a good job resuscitating themselves when they were on the verge of being done, like literally done, 2 years ago. Sui has come out of nowhere. They were born on third base and think they hit a triple, kind of launched by big flashy people, and so now they got to prove it. Right now they got to get home.
Could happen.
It could happen. No, it absolutely could happen. But at the end, innovation wins out, I think, and real innovation in these areas around speed, reliability, consistency, and cost are what drives this. And we've talked about this before. Look, I think this is the greatest time to be an investor in this space. And the internet disrupted two very large industries, media and commerce, right? You're a perfect example of citizen media. And that is incredibly awesome and amazing. And all the market cap that was at, the media mogul business, ABC, NBC, CBS, and the mom and pop shops in commerce have now gone to places like Amazon and Netflix. Well, the financial services business is much bigger. It's 7 trillion with a T per year. That's not the value. That's the amount that's transacted per year. And we are going to displace all of that into these digital tools. Huge opportunities.
However you look at it, the cryptocurrency industry is set for explosive growth in the coming weeks and months. Central banks are set to unleash a torrent of money printing on their respective economies, which will be great for all financial assets, but more so for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Other stumbling blocks, such as the issue of regulatory clarity, are also being taken care of in the US, which will undoubtedly pave the way for higher crypto prices in the coming months. In another post on social media platform X, Armstrong revealed that the outcome of the election notwithstanding, this will be the most pro-crypto Congress the US has ever had. His tweet reads, "We get the US election results in 6 days. No matter how you slice it, it will be the most pro-crypto Congress ever. But we're not slowing down post-election. Today I'm announcing that Coinbase has committed another $25 million to support Fairshake PAC, which they will use leading up to the 2026 midterms to elect pro-crypto candidates. We're also supporting Stand With Crypto in their stretch goal to reach 4 million advocates by the 2026 midterms. The crypto voter is already a force to be reckoned with, but it will continue to grow. We're going to keep showing up to protect our customers' rights and helps get sensible legislation passed in major markets around the world." Please share your thoughts on Brian Armstrong's tweet and Mark Yusko's $100,000 prediction for Bitcoin by Thanksgiving. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.